Hello everyone, welcome to this API with Postman tutorial series. And in my first video, we are going to talk about the introduction and installation of Postman. So here we'll see what exactly the API is, what is Postman, why we use it, and also at last we'll see how to install and start using the Postman. So let's start with the first thing, that is what is API. So basically, if you go with the definition of API, APIs are mechanism that enables two software components to communicate with each other using a set of definitions and protocols. So this is a simple example of API that you need to know, that where two software communicates to each other with certain rules and protocols. So for example, if you take the Weather Bureau's software system containing daily weather report, the weather app on your phone talks of the system via APIs and shows you the daily weather updates on your phone. So the weather updates that you see in your phone, these are through the APIs. So that APIs contains this information and that's displayed here. So that's what API do. It's like just through a link we can pass an information, and that information we can use it to our best uses. Now, APIs are needed to bring applications together in order to perform a design functions built around sharing data and executing predefined process. They work as a middleman, allowing developers to build new programmatic interaction between the various applications, peoples, and business use on daily basis. So just where you want to share the information based on API, there we use this API thing, and like the informations can be passed in any way. It's like if you talk about e-commerce website like Amazon, there if you look for the products, it's not that those data will be passed from some database. It's like that. It's like through the APIs you can pass those informations. So you can say this API act as a middleman that help us to communicate, and this help us to work along with where you can pass the informations as well. Now the next thing, what is Postman? Now, once you are familiar with this API, you need to know about the Postman, because this is the one that we are going to use it for our API purpose, for our testing purpose, for all. So it says, what is Postman? So Postman is a API client which is used to test HTTP or REST APIs. So Postman is an API platform to design, test, build, modify, and documents API. So it means Postman is that platform we can play with APIs there. We can build the APIs, we can test the APIs, we can design, we can modify and document the APIs. So all workings of APIs we can do on this platform, that is Postman. So Postman is basically that platform where you can easily use your APIs. So this tool provides the ability to users to make various types of HTTP requests like get, post, put, patch, and convert the API code from languages like JavaScript and Python. So basically here, you know that there are different methods like get, post, put, patch that are used to perform different activities. So in this Postman tools, these methods and these requests, I say, is available to you by default. So you can use them to your better requirements and just see how the APIs are working. Now you see this diagram. This is a structure where it shows that how the API complete process works. So think about, if you're a client or you're using a client application, you send a request. You send a request for a certain product, or you send a request to get the weather report. So that request is hit to the API server. There is a server that pays like a third party source. So that's a server. It moves to the exact location or database where that particular information is stored, take it from there, and just send you in form of response. So understand this, request and response are two parts that works usually with these APIs, or I say when we are using, usually we work with the request. We send a request, we get a response, and based on the response, we get to know that did we get the exact output, did we match our output and all. So this diagram talks about all, and this is what happens. So this is basically a structure that goes along, and this is how the flow of APIs work. And this will be doing in this Postman. So this Postman will help us to do this. We will use an API, we'll test that API, and we'll try to see the output, and we will try to match the exact output. That's what the story is here. Now, why use Postman? That's also a question. Why not any other platform? Why we go for the Postman and why find it very easy to know? And why this Postman is in demand? These type of questions always comes to a user mind. So it's because it's easy to set CRUD request for GUI interface. CRUD request, I mean to say that create, read, update request. So these processes you can easily perform using Postman. Now, Postman supports multiple header, raw data, and options, that is parameter options. So here you have different types of supports as well, which you can use it, which you can that's provided to you so that you can perform your task. Now, if you read each and every point, you will see it's all about the APIs and how the informations are passed. Like the second point talks about the data, that is multiple format of data like JSON data. So data can be in form of text, or you can say it can be form of HTML. So when you are using Postman, you can get all types of data. When you send a request, it's obvious you'll get a response. So response can be in any form. It's not that always the response will be in JSON format. So if in Postman you can use the response in any format you like, you can easily get them all. So it now again in Postman it allows a user or team to build collections for their API calls. So every collections can create multiple requests subfolders, and it also helps to use a organized test suite. So that means if you talk about this Postman, this allows the users basically to team up, to collaborate with each other at one platform. Now, in Postman, to test checkpoints, inspections, or verifications of successful HTTP response can be added to every API calls. So if you want, you can add your own response, basically verifications to get a successful response. So just you can add verifications to your request to get response. So all these are provided in Postman. You have to do nothing. Just all these things are there, and you have to use it. That's all. So to design multiple environment, request is less replications of tests, or one or more can use the same collection but for a different environment. Now, if you create an environment, now all these you'll come across when you'll be using Postman. Right now, I'm just giving an overview that these are different things available in Postman that makes our job easy for testing an API. And that's why we trust this Postman thing. Now here you can import or export collections, like all about the collections and environment. So these are the two process, or you can say two stages that you'll find in Postman, and these works in collaboration. Or you can say we can use each other at our best uses. And that's only provided in Postman. That's why we prefer using Postman other than any other platform for APIs. So this is all about the introduction. This is all about the story of the Postman, the APIs and all. Now, once this is done, the best and the easiest part of the complete process is the installation process. So basically, these are the prerequisites that you need to have, or the knowledge that you need to have before working with the APIs and Postman. So these informations, at least you should have a basic knowledge of these things. Now, when you come to downloading and installation of a particular setup of Postman, then here, just straight away go to this website link that you see here. So just go here. I've given the website link here. You'll get that in chat as well. So just go here and open this link. Now here you have this option that which uh, platform you are downloading for. Right now I'm in Windows, so by default it detects that and gives me this option. So just you have to download this platform and do nothing. Just download this platform and install it. Download and install. Just when you will click download for installation, you have to do nothing. Just do next, 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 and this thing will be installed. And once it's installed, it looks like this. So nothing is there to show you for installation. No options to select. Just go double click that the particular exe file, and then the Postman will be installed here. Now, once the Postman is installed, the important part is that if you want to keep all your records in this Postman, so just here you have to go and sign in. That means you have to create your own account. So you can sign in here in the website itself, like you go to sign in and you can sign it from here, and later you can use that in Postman. So you can do both. Either you can do it there, or if you want, you can create there itself. Like I have my own Postman account, so just it asks for your email address and password. So I'm not creating that. Instead, it's very easy. Just put the informations. Once the informations are there, Then you will get the sign in from browsers to continue. See, it's saying sign in from your browsers to continue. So now this is your browser. Go sign in from here. Once you are signed in, give your password. Like, really, I don't remember my password. Let me check if this is the password. Oh, yeah, I just missed my password. I'll give it forward, or I can sign in with a new one. So that's one thing. The password, just you put the password and you'll be able to sign in. So now I just put my password and sorry, yeah, put your password here, sign in. And once you are signed into this platform, the Postman platform, by default, you will be signed into your main platform screen as well. So just you have to sign in here. You have to just like at least you have to sign into the browser so that later you can start using the Postman platform straight away. So that's all the story of the Postman. This is how we install. This is we are going to sign in and all. So it's like I'm not done that installation thing separately because I find it easy. Like it's just a simple step. I'm not going for another video, and you'll find it very easy to install. Just go install that. In my next video, we'll talk about basically we'll talk about this response and request, and we'll see how this response and request are working, and many more to come. So stay tuned and keep watching the videos, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Till then, bye bye and thank you.